Dude, what the fuck? Okay. For some reason, everything inside of my damn OBS just decided to break completely. What the fuck, man? It's actually insane. Why? Literally everything stopped working. I don't understand why this happens, but all my audio sources are fucked. All of everything's just not working. Actually insane. Whenever Windows pushes an update, it just stops. It's so fun. It's so fun. I love it so much. Oh, it's so great. Oh, so great. Oh, so wonderful. God, and I hate Discord too. Discord's just not wanting to work. Desktop audio is just not. What is going on, OBS? Please, dude. This is ridiculous. Put some, and that is like ear-rapingly loud. Holy shit. Get that down all the way there. Put that back at the beginning. Oh, okay. Now everything is in working order. Now we're functioning. Now we're warming up. Hello, everybody. I mean, at least OBS. The problem isn't OBS. The problem is Windows. OBS is great. They're free. Oh, they are a free piece of software that is fucking amazing. But it's Windows that destroys it every time. Windows sucks. But I'm also not, a pasty white cave dweller where I'm just gonna swap over to Linux and have to, use command lines to open up a web browser. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that shit. Okay, so this stream is now the official first episode of Taking Your Calls Live. Did my Discord announcement work properly? Okay, it went through. Jesus. Awesome. Like, actually swap over to my game screen here. Hold on. Where's my YouTube chat? My YouTube chat is just not working? Dude, awesome. Hello? Wow, that's great. So my YouTube chat is also just not working on OBS. That is phenomenal. Wow. Well, this is already going as swimmingly as possible. I fucking love it. I love it so much. Wow, this is genuinely stupid. Alright, well, this is now the troubleshooting stream. As we try to figure out why this isn't working. So let me just delete this. And re-add it. The fuck, man? Well, guess this just isn't gonna work. So, oh well. Well, you guys aren't gonna be able to see chat in the stream today. I don't know why this has just suddenly decided to stop working, even though this has never given me any problems before. So, oh well. That genuinely sucks. And that's all of y'all's experience is going to suffer as a result of it because something broke. Probably YouTube cracking down on its stupid, hey, we can't have people using ad blockers anymore. Also donations. Bro, this is a dumb idea. I've done this before and it actually went quite well. It was great. And money to ease the pain. Sorry, OBS. I know OBS is fine. It's just something. It's all YouTube. It's all YouTube. It's all fucking Google. It's all YouTube and all Google. YouTube did something where I can't have the stream chat appear. Is my webcam working at least? Is that on? Okay, this is at least working. Jesus Christ. That's at least something. Fuck me. So that's functioning. Not that this is gonna stay on. I'm probably gonna turn it off, but oh my god. So how it works normally is you can insert a browser source on OBS, and then what you can do is you can copy the link from YouTube's pop-out chat, and then just paste it in there, and then it works fine. Then the chat shows up, no problem. But for some reason today, it's just decided to not work for whatever reason and just not appear, which is phenomenal. I don't know why this problem is happening. I'm gonna have to troubleshoot at some point after the stream's over. So, wonderful. It's great. Off to a wonderful start. Yeah, YouTube is getting, like, the YouTube is so good at providing the worst user experience possible. I genuinely don't know how they manage to outdo themselves every fucking time. Every time they update something, every time they change something, it is deliberately to spite the people that make their website great. They change something, they ruin something, they alter something. I don't know why they do this to themselves, but alternatives are starting to look a lot better than YouTube. But unfortunately, none of them have, like, the social backing. So YouTube's always going to reign supreme unless they do something catastrophically stupid that's going to, you know, kill their platform. So I'm a little echoey. That's just the nature of the room I'm in. Unless, guess what? OBS decided to reset my filters too. Let's find out. Did OBS kill all my filters? Nope, they're all still there. So in other words, it could sound worse. Dude, the ad blocking nonsense on YouTube is genuinely stupid. I don't know why it's doing that. It's like, hi, we're gonna punish less than 5% of our user base using an ad block that's preventing little to no extra money from going into Google's pockets. We're gonna wag our finger. It's like, oh no, you have 3 strikes, mister, before you have to give us money. You have to give us money. And it's like, oh, YouTube's free, so why do you feel so entitled? No, YouTube's not free. You don't think YouTube sells my data to a variety of companies? You don't think YouTube tracks every single thing I do that they can shove more ads in my face or other people's faces who are related to me or nearby to me? No, they profit off of my use all the time. They profit off of me specifically because I make videos that they can put ads on. So, gotta love it. No, I know, right? YouTube doesn't sell data to brokers, which is, you know, so fun. And money is money. So, before I dive into the shit show that is taking calls from people within my Discord. No, I did not open the new case. Why the fuck would I open the new case? Why would I spend $2.50 just to open these? Why the fuck would I do this? What you're looking at right here is trade-up fodder. These are going to be obliterated for the creation of hopefully something that is worth owning. And not this. Alright? And not this. That's what these are for. I spent 15 cents a piece on these. 15 cents. Because no one wants these. 15 cents. Right? And the goal is to hit a 3 1/3% chance at a strange capper. That'd be cool. But it's a very low odds trade up. And then the rest of this is garbage. So wouldn't it be cool to actually hit a really low odds trade up to start this and get a strange capper? That'd be cool, because I'd like to own one. But I'll probably get like it's gonna be a strange commando grade from, you know. I had $5 in my Steam wallet that I got from just selling a bunch of random shit in my inventory, so fuck it. So return to me, and we want gun mancock. Didn't get it. We got the fucking this I don't even, who wants this? Seriously. Did anyone like this cosmetic? No one likes this. This is gonna rot in my inventory before I inevitably use it for other trade-up fodder, so over there you go. It's not the worst in the case. I will say, it is not the worst in the case. There are indeed worse items in there. But that is the quick way to turn $5 into like 30 cents. So don't gamble, kids. The spider is the best cosmetic. That's the Halloween restricted one, right? What I say is the worst hat in the case? I have to remind... I care so little about the new case, I have to remind myself what's in the case. I didn't even retain to memory what all of these look like. I don't know, I think I would consider the elite grade to be the worst because we already have that hat. So why do we have 2 of them now? Oh yeah, probably the Vegeta hair. The Vegeta hair, and yeah, the neon fedora is so ugly. God, it's just it's this visual clusterfuck on top of Spy's head that has 0 redeeming qualities about it whatsoever. Why the fuck did Valve pick that? Seriously. And what's funny about that neon light hat is that it was originally a part of like a bigger idea of a new type of festivizer that slapped neon lights all over everything. That's not a good idea. It doesn't look good. It adds a lot of really unnecessary visual noise. The reason why festivizers work is because, like, the little Christmas lights and the little wires are at least not so visually invasive, but when you have big, thick tubing of neon lights all over everything, it doesn't look very good. So. And as a result, I think that entire idea looks like shit. But that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. Wires. 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 Okay, so I'm gonna bring the first person in. And I'm gonna fuck off with this stupid. Alright, I'm gonna bring someone in that I trust. Also, by the way, if you would like to potentially have your call taken, join the Discord that I have in the description of the stream, and join the soapbox happening right now. And if you're lucky, it might pull you in. God, I have to like really reset my Discord just so I can like see all the names in full. Oh, why does it truncate names? I hate I am having every technical difficulty possible today. This genuinely sucks. Why is this happening? Alright, I'll bring someone I know in here first.
Oh, greetings.
Hey. What's happening, man?
You know, the usual stuff. Just chilling out, you know. Your entire Discord is blowing up the chat saying you must use your workshop stream to review boobs. You must. It is imperative.
Wait, use my workshop stream to review boobs?
Yes, no. That was in your general chat. I thought it was funny.
I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather not get myself banned.
Yeah, of course. They're just doing it because it's on character for you, but that's for your Twitter, obviously.
Oh, I mean, sure, yeah, we'll have, you know, boob review streams where I rate random women and characters' breasts. Obviously a great idea.
Yeah, no, the porn addict allegations are already bad enough as it is.
Oh, I mean, I always find that funny because, like, what better way to dismiss anybody's argument for anything when they can just call you a porn addict, which effectively means nothing, right? It's this random derogatory phrase they throw out in an attempt to demean you and belittle you for something that you're likely not, or that you're guaranteed not to be. It's like, oh, you are an addict to this thing. Therefore, whatever you say is invalid and dismissed. You know, it's like, oh, you're a fucking crackhead. Or you're like, you know, fucking, you're an alcoholic. It's like, it means nothing.
Yeah,
you know?
no. But the examples they pick out are just, like, not proportionate to what you'd call addiction. Because, like, if you have, like, exactly one scantily calendar in your garage that you put up there for aesthetic purposes because that's what you do to your garage, are we suddenly going to call you a porn addict?
No, like, yeah, like, you eat a fucking, you eat like an order of French fries, you're a French fry addict now. Right? Yeah. It's this gross over-exaggeration in order to, you know, again, dismiss whatever the person is saying and paint them as this bad person. Which is what, you know, most forms of social media tend to do these days.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
And the thing is about Twitter in particular, is the fact that since it's tailored towards short-form conversations, there's no room for nuance. It's got to be punchy. It's got to be charismatic. It's like, yeah, I got that guy. Schooled him.
It's not. I like how you call it conversation. It's not conversation. It's just
not conversation.
Shouting.
No, it's just quipping. It's just like bullshit quipping, really.
No, yeah, it's just a shouting match, back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, I said the most cleverest thing, therefore I'm the best, and I got internet points.
Also, guys, how's the volume? Is the volume good? Let me know if the volume's okay before I continue. This is the test run. You know, doing this with someone that I trust. Won't say anything stupid. Volume's good? Okay, volume's good. Great. Also, there's another Zesty being called a porn act by E61 Coomers. Yeah. Hypocritical and ironic, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, honestly, I think a lot of this shouting that goes on is just a mere form of projection, because, you know, like that one...
Sure.
Because, like, anytime people are just like, this is a problem, we need to ban this thing and that thing, and we need to moderate, like, just investigate those people's hard drives, like, now.
Oh, no, and it's so funny how often it turns out to be, like, you know, someone, you know, doing the exact same thing they're condemning. Or being involved in the exact same thing they're condemning, 100%.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense when you think about it, because they're the ones that would be in the know of such activity, because they're in the weeds.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Someone in chat, imagine not liking women, lamau. I mean, it's whatever you're into. Some people aren't. Oh, I'm so
See,
sorry.
like... See, that's... Liking women nowadays feels like kind of a chore, because it's like, I wanna, but they make it so difficult for me.
They make it so difficult for what the women do? What? It's like, I want to like women, but man, they make it so hard for me to like them.
Yeah, no. See, like, I don't come across the ones that I do like, and when I do, I'm like, it's a rare occurrence. It's like, oh man, a person that's actually amicable and I can get along with. Crazy.
Okay, that's just rare in general, you know? You have to, like, really search before you can find someone you're, like, compatible with, you know?
Yeah, maybe I'm just biased because I'm a male and, like, all males share the same brain cell kind of collectively, so we can sort of cooperate on a baseline level at some level.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. There's some dudes I want to be associated with, so I don't know if we all operate on the same collective brain cell.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
But at least... I don't find that to be, like, the case for me very often, but, like, then again, you get associated with some weirdos, you know, so you might have a weird experience with that.
Oh, fuck me, get out of here. It's the epitome of multitasking. Playing the game, speaking, and keeping track of a chat. This is mental stimulation, overstimulation at its finest.
Yeah, no, see, I could do that, but that's just because I actually do have ADHD, like, legitimately. So, like, switching between tasks is not hard with me. It's focusing that's hard.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. Yeah, all men and women are two hive minds. Yeah, we are two collective beings walking this earth.
Collective hive minds.
Collective hive minds. No, I think a lot of the more, like, modern biases come from, like, the really tiny, I guess, public people, like the people you see on like social media and shit, just acting like vapid pieces of shit that just like give everyone else a bad name, you know. And that comes with everything, not just like women or whatever specifically, but you know, you have some vapid creature, like roaming around in public, acting like a complete moron, and then like you have a bunch of people watching and like, wow, this is what women act like in public. I don't want to mess with that, and then they don't go outside themselves and like experience what normal people behave like.
Yeah. No, see, if it was the case of that, I could see, like, oh no, this is just online behavior, this is just TikTok bullshit, this is whatever. Yes. Like, but see, I actually have to go outside and touch grass sometimes because, you know, functioning member of society.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. You're right, guy. It is just a vocal minority. Yeah, it's a vocal minority, and people tend to put a little bit too much stock in vocal minorities online, and fail to realize that like most people don't act like they do. But it's also very hard because, like, it becomes a very narrow social lens if that's all you see, where it's like, wow, people, like, a lot of people must act like this if this is what's so popular. It's like, no, not really.
Yeah. Then again, it's also that is also the case of negativity bias, where you notice negative experiences more than you would positive.
Oh, for sure.
So, you know, so they appear larger in sample than they actually are.
Oh, 100%.
Because you're just like, they take up so much mental space for you.
No, yeah, that's true. And it's a very hard time to, like, you know, break that gaze and focus on, like, the real things or, like, the majority of things. Ooh.
Yeah.
Why did this guy laugh? You're just laughing at the pumpkin? What? What? I wish I knew what was going through this player's mind right now, but I can't pick up on it. No, yeah, Rubber Mango. I'm taking quote unquote live calls from people in my Discord. So again, for those who want to have a chance of potentially speaking on my stream, please don't say anything stupid. I know someone will inevitably, but just like, you know, restrain yourself. Then join the Discord in the description of this stream, and maybe I'll pull you in. I have 6 health. Wow. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, and I think I'll bring the next person in.
Alrighty. See ya.
Thank you for getting stuff fired off, man.
Of course.
Yep, take care.
Bye-bye.
He is a buddy of mine, so. Can you put mobile gameplay on half the screen? I can't pay attention to this. I can't help you, dude. I'm sorry. You're at a loss, my friend. If this isn't mentally stimulating enough for you, I really don't know how I can help you, because it only gets worse from here. Does anyone in the chat watch like TikToks and shit like that? Do people like genuinely watch that kind of content? To me, it kind of blows my mind that like some people have to do that. Because like they can't pay attention to things otherwise, you know? I find that a little shocking. I'm not gonna walk near that. Everyone's saying no. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that that's the case. Here, come. Oh, I'll bring the next person in. Hold on, I'm gonna wait till my next death, and then I'll bring the next person in. Fuck off. All right. Let's bring the next person in. Who's it gonna be? I guess what I'll do is... Should I go in chronological order, or should I just, like, bring in people that I suspect won't act like an idiot? I feel like that might be a smarter thing to do. Let's bring Wonky in here.
Hello there!
Hello, friend.
Is my microphone good?
Yeah, you're good, dude. What's up?
Alright, that's good to hear.
What's happening, man?
I want to do something because Dr. Bread, he said he didn't have much time last call. Could you actually drag him in call instead?
Can I bring Dr. Bread in here?
For a homie in? Yeah, use my turn to bring in my boy, Dr. Bread. He's got a lot of work, he's done a lot of good things.
Wait, is he requesting to talk right now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
could drag me in later at another point.
Alright, if you don't mind disconnecting, then we'll talk to Dr. Bread. And I'll come back to you.
Dang, I was just talking some mad shit about Wonky. Like, you wanted to bring in a smart person, like somebody who wouldn't start shit. I'm so sorry, man.
What? I didn't see you. He was like the first one I saw.
No, not you, Wonky. You were saying you needed to bring in somebody who wouldn't start shit, and Wonky is all about being crazy.
Well,
I love that, man.
I still trust him more than your average person, right?
Yeah,
I still trust him more. All right, so you have intention by using him as your trump card. What's going on?
Honestly, I did not see that coming. That came out of left field.
Well, what's up?
Honestly, I'm just pretty excited to talk to you.
Okay.
I've been working on a couple of new projects recently. Like, remember that old High Rollers Mark II?
Yes.
Project I had going on?
Yes.
Right now, at this very moment, I am working on a sticker group region kind of select thing.
So for those completely out of touch, we're talking about TF2 skins and war paints here.
Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of a rat bastard about that.
Yeah, Dr. Bread is really he's really into making very meticulous and very detailed war paints. He's very good at it too. But that's we're talking shop here, so that's what's going on.
Yeah. Basically, it's. Oh.
I don't know how that crit missed completely.
I don't know either.
Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, it's fine. It's funny. Yeah. Basically, I'm just trying to make it to where stickers can be applied onto the group regions on the select stage. So, say you want the gold texture to be applied on the region you make with the sticker, as well as the select regions. It's expanding where the applications can be on the body groups without making new body groups.
I'm also, and everyone, I'm sorry here because it's gonna sound like we're speaking in a different language, and this is gonna go over most everybody's heads. They're gonna have no fucking clue what you're talking about. I'm just warning. I'm warning everyone now.
Yeah, sorry.
This is like war paint, you know, war paint mechanics, I guess. So, So
Yeah.
bear with us. Anyways, continue.
Okay. Well, long story short, I like messing with the regions, adding new stuff, and all sorts of different shit.
Yeah.
That's my bread and butter, since I can't play the game for shit.
Well, I mean, you're preaching to the choir here in that aspect.
Yeah, you're good right now, just watching the pyro. But honestly, it's just, we need something to make the war paints better. We need something to get better than
Oh
what
no,
it's
I
been.
agree completely. Because like, I mean, we need just if Valve was just a little more willing to add new templates or just branch out a little bit, that'd be fucking great. That means that like we by default have more tools to make better skins, but they just seem so reluctant to do that. It's frustrating.
And it's depressing, this mindset that a lot of people have got. I'm looking at you, Meatwad, that you can't change anything about any of this to make things better than what have been because Valve won't add it. No, it's not about that. Even though that is the case, it's about making things that you know can be better, that you know can be the next best thing if it were added.
No, yeah, but the thing is, it's like you still can't even do that because they won't accept it. Like you could do your best work and make something fucking phenomenal, but if it doesn't fall into line with what Valve considers an easy copy and paste job, it's gonna get completely fucking ignored. Which is just, which is bullshit. That's not how it should work. But because Valve is incompetent and doesn't give a shit about this game anymore, they're just gonna pick whatever's easy.
Yeah. It's literally
really,
choking
really
the life
stupid.
out of creativity for new war paints and stuff.
It's choking the life out of creativity for everything in this game because they keep picking from the same group of people that they know is going to create functional items. They're not going to pick from new creators because it's not easy because mug consistency. But yeah, it really pisses me off. But that's
It's
just
a damn shame.
That's just where we are in terms of item selection for the game. It sucks.
It does.
Well, I got a random question in the chat. What kind of math do I do regularly on my job? I mean, algebra. I work with differential equations and partial differential equations on a semi-daily basis. A lot of my code base that I'm working on right now is relying on a lot of PDQ. So, yeah, just to give a general answer without getting into the weeds for anything.
I still fear the quadratic formula.
That's like basic shit.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm a basic bitch.
For me, it's, I shouldn't say it's basic. For me, it's basic.
Nah.
Why is this guy
Math
asking if I'm a
is
furry?
very
No,
hard.
I'm not a furry. But I'm not a furry, but they do draw good art. I'm gonna swap to a different rocket launcher. I'm gonna aim to be equally useless is what I'm doing.
Cow Mangler.
now. But
Cow Mangler, come on, you gotta do it.
No, Liberty launcher.
Ah, coward.
Oh no, you know what, fuck it. We're gonna go for the full airborne armament set. Where's my Mark Gardner? There we go.
But yeah, all my projects just revolve around just making what is not possible possible.
Yeah.
Like, remember County Bounty, that thing?
Yes.
I actually got the negative select values for the texture in Anywhere to work,
Yeah.
if you remember that.
I do.
Like, I was so fucking happy about that, man.
No, yeah.
And-
Again, you do a lot. You go through like really extreme lengths to make amazing war paints, but it's all for naught.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating.
Oh, that just reminded me of Morningwood. I loved that shit.
No, that was another good one, but just not gonna go through Valve because you have custom mapping.
Yep.
I don't have my spellbook equipped. There are no spells on this map, so I have no need for them.
Duck Journal.
Why would I use a duck journal?
Because funny duck.
I don't even have one.
It's not worth getting. It's like 20 keys now, I think.
Like when that update first came out, I didn't spend a dime on it because it's like, why would I spend money on a campaign that it offers me nothing in return, except being on a leaderboard for collecting ducks, which then lets you collect more ducks. Why the fuck would I buy money to do that? Or spend money? Not
ducks
buy money. I'm gonna
squared.
buy more money. Why the fuck would I spend money to do that? It's so dumb. Oops.
Yeah, the whole economy is just based on getting things that you think are pretty or cool or anything like that.
But,
I
but
think
even
they
then,
do
like,
that.
but it wasn't even like pretty. It was like, here you have like this little duck token you can wear that's just not really that appealing or attractive looking, and then it's just
Ooh.
you get nothing.
You know what I think
What?
would have made it a little bit better?
No, Rubberman, I'll play you one next. Don't worry. But go on.
Yeah. I'm thinking the more you ranked it up, the different alternate costumes or styles you would have for the duck. Like maybe level
Oh no, yeah. I mean, didn't
1,000
it had a
points?
different variant for each class, didn't it? Correct me
I
if I'm
think
wrong.
so. Yeah, I think so.
Pretty
I
sure
remember
it
the
is.
demo duck.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I forgot to
Laggy
set it.
Doge. Yeah, custom mapping and all that can be easily done on loadout.tf. Shout out to Baldur's Todd, by the way, the dude behind that system. He actually implemented the custom JSON protodefs variant for loadout.tf to be editable.
Oh my god, I cannot rocket
Like,
jump.
basically, you can input your own code, your own custom operation templates. He did all of that for me asking, and that dude is just awesome.
There you go.
Like, anybody who doesn't use loadout.tf to make custom regions and you're wanting those, I highly recommend it. It's so much easier than going in-game and shit.
Yeah. For sure. Well, cool, man. I think I'm gonna let you go, and then
That's fair, that's fair.
I'm gonna bring in the next person.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much for getting me in here, and Wonky, thank you again.
Cool, man. Take care. Dr. Brett, everybody. Dr. Brett. I can't talk. It's okay. Dr. Brett, everybody. Makes very, very good war paints. Highly recommend you go check out his shit on the workshop. I think you can probably just do it by searching Google. Let's see. Rubber Mango, you said you wanted to get in here, didn't you? Where are you? I'm not seeing you, bud. Unless I'm just blind. Dr. Bread is his name. There you are. I couldn't see you. Jesus. Alright, get in here, dude.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay, sick. Got it, man.
What's happening, dude?
Have things been productive today, or just generally kind of just like, how are you? You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
I mean, like the people you've had on, like had some real hard hitting shit, or just kind of like, I wanted to talk to you today. Just generally, I mean.
Oh no, the first guy, we were just, chit chatting a bit about. My short term memory is completely gone, but we were just talking about, how people perceive others through social media and how like vocal minorities and what have you kind of warp that, and then warp. I mean, you're number 3, so you're the third guy on. So we haven't gone through many people yet. So
well, ladies and gentlemen, hashtag notification gang. Make sure you guys get your money up, not your funny up. But
hashtag notification gang. Oh lordy.
But no, there was a legit question I had. I know because we've talked a bit. I mean, about other shit recently. But
yeah.
Like, I know it's like a seasonal thing. Whenever something comes out, you get like the seasonal wave of backlash. As far as I can remember, like Face It and stuff,
Yes.
And I remember you giving like opinions on that, and like I pretty much agreed with what you had to say. Like other ways of, well, I mean, in the ways in which it wouldn't work, kind of killing the casual aspect of a casual game.
Yeah.
But and obviously you give your 2 cents on that shit. But my question is, like, a real question is, so you've gone through cosmetics, and I think you've pretty much detailed why certain cosmetics just don't fit with the game, which I think, if you don't agree with that, you're kind of brain dead for people that don't agree with you, but that's all their thing, because it's true, right? Have you taken the time to make a collection of items that you think genuinely would fit?
I have a lot that I could think of off the top of my head that would genuinely fit, but my plan for the next 2 months worth of workshop review streams, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask people to send in what they consider to be the best, and then I'm going to compile the best of the best and then put that together into, like, here, this is what they should add for Smithmas, like the best shit, best hats, best war paints, best maps, unusual effects, what have you, all that. That's the plan.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, like, people don't really sit and think about that, but if you watch the whole video, you really have the time to digest what people say and like kind of the concepts behind like what the design of TF2 was meant to be, sort of that, like, what is it, 60s Americana kind of thing,
right.
pastel-y, washed industrial, kind of hippy dippy potentially kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it'd be cool to see a whole like generation or era of like TF2 cosmetics that only fit the game, and I like the whole kind of flashy, somewhat outlandish stuff, but some of it's just borderline like ridiculous. Doesn't make sense for the characters at the time. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I'd love to see a whole collection or generation of items that like fit the style that was represented originally. Like simple items like the soft cap for Soldier are like not intrusive enough with the silhouette and like the general aesthetic of like the character, what he would wear for the time, you know, the style of the
Absolutely.
game. And I know it's not like an easy thing to do, right? It isn't, but neither is designing this entire game and developing it, you know. So I think the respect we should have for the game should be expressed through the workshop, you know what I mean? And I feel like a lot
yeah,
of
and
those
I
people,
completely agree
yeah.
on that, right? It's like if you're gonna take the time to spend, you know, if you take the time to make something for the game, you want to make it have, you know, have it at least loosely fit the game, right?
Yeah,
That's
as much
at
as
least
I
that's
love
my
Moon Man,
perspective on it. You know, you should take the time to, you know, pay attention to the game you're making items for and have it at least loosely mesh. It doesn't have to be like at this stage. It doesn't even have to be like this extremely rigid or strict set of guidelines, right? It doesn't have to strictly be like it must be 60s, 70s era. It must be, you know, so long as it's like tonally appropriate. Like I'll take that much at this stage, you know.
yeah. Like we're not gonna crap our pants. Like those glasses were made in '82. They don't fit. It's like whatever.
No,
fucking,
right,
it
yeah.
fits, right? Yeah, it's not like autistic about it. You know what I mean? But like, it's just some people. It goes in one ear and out the other. It comes out as like you're attacking people. It's like
No,
that's the part I don't
and that's
understand either,
frustrating.
you know?
Well, I mean, I think what the reason for that is we kind of live in a time where you can't say you don't like something because if you express distaste for something someone has made, you're attacking that person directly. Even if you have well thought out reasons or what have you, and they just see it as a personal attack and then leave it at that. And it's very frustrating because it's like, even though something could be of objectively poor quality, saying you dislike it now warps it into a personal attack, which is really frustrating because it's like, how can you get better and improve if you're just praising people all the time?
Yeah, and
You know?
I think it starts from like a place of like compassion, where and then it becomes warped, and it's like, you know, now you're just being an asshole, you know, because it starts with, and it's not me like qualifying anything, but it starts with like if like a kid in a wheelchair does something and you're like it's not the best quality, people will tend to like not, you're like, you know, yeah, that's good, you know, because they'll feel bad. It's like, look, your painting is all right, but you know, it could do better, and you know, people are gonna be like, oh, he's being mean to the wheelchair kid. It's like, no, like, you know, I'm treating him equally and fairly, you know. But it's like now with people, it's like, you know, you say one thing you don't like about it, and it's like, well, you don't have to like it. It's like, I don't.
No, right.
Know?
And
I don't.
And it kind of goes back in the other direction. Like, just because you like something doesn't mean it's automatically appropriate for whatever reason, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and it's like we should be taking criticisms and attempting to improve, and that's the whole idea. And there's, and it's like, you know, if someone just fucking walks up and says, this fucking shit sucks, then, you know, what use was the criticism, you know? But if someone is like, the colors don't make sense, the shaping is all weird, the medium sucks, like, it might be like a sour kind of like way to put it, but it's still like something you should consider, you know.
No, and I mean, also, right,
between,
like even like the very basic kind of bare bones, like I don't like this looks bad. If you have, and you can kind of look at the volume of stuff in that regard, right? Like if it's an overwhelming majority of people saying they don't like this or it looks bad, even that's like feedback, right? Because oh shit, a lot of people think this looks bad. Probably something is wrong, right?
And exactly. So one thing you pointed out too was the whole instant contrast of like what's the word for that? Like not complementary colors, but like adjacent colors.
Yeah.
You know, where your brain is just like it knows what is and what does and doesn't work. You know, like you can look at certain compositions, and just by looking at it for a moment, you're like, wow, this is great. You know, like you look at something like Starry Night. You know, and it's like it's very vibrant in your face, but the composition, the colors, you know, it all works. It looks good. It's appealing to the eyes. But then you get to like, you know, postmodern stuff with like splotching of color, and not saying it's bad art, but like for the human condition, it's like you look at it and you're like, I don't get it, you know, visually.
No, yeah, but I think it's kind of going into the weeds of like what is and is not art. But I think what you're kind of treading on here is like you can look at something inside of the context of TF2, and it will look as if though it is or is not out of place, right?
Yes.
I think that's what you're trying to get at. And
yeah, where it's like we understand at a visual glance. Like some of us may not have the words to express why something doesn't look good, but you know, we generally can tell as a population when something doesn't look good. You know, not every person can put together like however many video long was yours, but like, you know, they will agree with things you have to say. You pull the words out correctly, you know what I mean? Like you express things with words, and a lot of people can't do that, but they can tell you, look, it's just off, it's not right. You know
right.
I mean?
And I mean, it also kind of falls into like the same vein of like, you know, being able to tell that your meal sucks even though you're not a food critic, right?
Yeah, you know, yeah. Like I don't have to be Gordon Ramsay to not want to eat a fucking Whopper. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't
Or
wanna
some
eat a
other like
Whopper.
piece of low quality, you know, food or what have you.
Oh, are we sponsored by Burger King? Am I not supposed to shit talk them?
No, you're
Sass.
feel free to shit talk any fast food restaurant you so desire, except Whataburger. Then we might have a problem. Actually, no, you can shit talk
Dude,
Whataburger. It's
no.
not great.
Let's talk about that, bro. Okay, side tangent. I went to Dallas this
Oh,
year,
yeah?
right? Hung out with the boys.
Yeah.
I'm from the West Coast. Had In-N-Out, tried Whataburger. Don't kick me out of here, man. But Whataburger, it's like a tier below In-N-Out, bro. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I've never had In-N-Out, so I can't, you know, I can't speak to the quality of their burgers. But I will say that Whataburger's burgers really aren't that good unless you get their specialty burgers. Their specialty sandwiches are really good.
You talking about the ones that have like chicken, like barbecue chicken? Like
So
on
yeah, the
bread?
barbecue chicken strip sandwich that they have is fucking phenomenal. And then you have
It's
like
pretty good.
they have like their patty melts and what have you. Those are really
Mm-hmm.
good. But like their normal ass hamburger or cheeseburger, they're kind of flavorless. They're a little bit dry. They're not
It's like
very
better
good.
than fast food generally, like In-N-Out. I mean, like fuck, Freudian slip. Like McDonald's and BK, definitely better than them.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
Definitely
100%.
better. Like if you're gonna pick something, go to Whataburger. But like if there's an In-N-Out, I would go out of my way. There's a couple in Texas now, dude. If you're like, I think there's some in Houston, Dallas.
Oh, there's
Dallas
a couple,
for sure.
There's a couple in San Antonio. I just haven't been to one.
I would highly recommend it. Just get a double fries. I took Samways out there, so you know Sam, right? Samways.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we were out there, and he's from West as well, but he's not like in California per se. So we went out there, dude, and he took so he had Whataburger. He's like, it was good, and then he went to In-N-Out and took a bite, and he legit like made this weird face,
Like shock.
like he was nutting, yeah. And like, granted, this guy is not the type to be like hypey or like he's not like internet type. He's like just a dude,
Right.
you know what I mean? So he was like, holy
Not
tits, he ordered
internet
2
type.
burgers to go, yeah. You know what I mean by that?
No, I
But
know
he, like,
exactly what you mean. Yeah.
He took 2 burgers to go and shit. So like, even if you don't like it, it's fine. But like, definitely got to go check that out, bro. Whataburger was definitely good though. Like, if I'd never had In-N-Out, I would put that on top of the list. So
No,
highly
yeah.
recommend trying it out though, because holy shit, I know you're not supposed to scarf down burgers, you know, but if you're gonna have
Yeah,
a burger,
don't have a
anytime,
burger every day, but if you
they
do,
have protein style and stuff. Do they accommodate? The one thing you might not like is the fries. They're like starchier than some people like. I personally like them.
I normally
But,
don't. I normally don't get fries. I usually just opt for more protein. Like
Well,
I usually
dude,
get
those are
like
the-
chicken
that's the
or
killer,
a
bro.
second burger or something.
Yeah, no, the carbs and the fries are the killer. The sodium and the carbs and fries are what really fuck you up. So
Yeah.
you need like a side of fruit or something. You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Side of fruit, yeah.
I mean, dude, the fries alone are like what, 500-600 calories?
Oh yeah, like a
it's all
medium
carbs,
fry like
dude.
McDonald's is like an extra 600 calories or something like that, and that's just pure salt and carbs and nothing else. It's terrible. for you.
Disgusting. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't recommend living off of burgers, but if you just hold the fries, your body would have a good amount of nutrients to not like have high blood pressure, hypertension,
Yeah.
you know, become morbidly obese. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Go protein
exactly.
fats even better. But no, yeah, I definitely recommend trying it out. But I haven't seen much outlash recently from the internet. It seems like people don't have much of a leg to stand on to turn topics. You know, when it comes to something like design. You know, because like design.
I think it's because it's hard to make an argument against it because
Mhm.
it's like you have something that is very obviously designed with serious intention, and then if you throw something in there that goes against it, it's like you can't make an argument to say that it's fine, right?
Yeah,
It's
I mean, there's
it's
a
like
level that's
putting a fucking
subjective.
like raw steak in a hot fudge sundae. You can't make an argument that it belongs there. It doesn't, right?
Yeah, you know, you can eat a turd sandwich and be like, but I like it. It's like, okay, that's the subjective part, but objectively, that's not good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, have you had anybody, not to name names, but like anybody approach you privately and have conversations about it? Because I mean, I think the biggest thing right now that people need to do, like the overlapping idea, I think is just reaching out to people. You know, whether you disagree on something or not, like. If something is going on, you know, you don't have to start crap online attacking people. Just hit them up like, hey, man, I was more curious about your opinions, or what do you think of these things I made? You know,
Yeah.
people don't have
So
like the strength, I think, to do that and be criticized and face criticism. But like, you know, that would save a lot of time and crap online.
no, I do agree. I think people are just hesitant to break out of their how would you put it?
Echo
Their
chambers?
social circles of comfort. They don't want to burst
Yeah.
those comfort bubbles and like go out of the way and speak to somebody that they disagree with, right? They don't want. Most people just don't want to do that. And I guess to answer your question, to put it in a general way, not a single one of my more vocal critics has ever reached out to me in person. Ever. Not one.
Is there a cricket emoji? Is there a cricket emoji? Is that a thing? Can we get a couple crickets in the chat, boys? I've been real fucking quiet recently. Cricket emojis in the chat, please.
Wait, what?
in the in-game, the stream chat, I opened it up. You gotta, yeah, there you go. The mob's been real quiet, boys. No, yeah, but generally that's just like the main thing is all. So hopefully things are going well for you, bro. I know like for a lot of people online, they may not be to put to put this lightly and not like offensively. They may not be of an appropriate age to really put the more important things in life first. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I
So,
completely
like-
agree. I think that most of the vocal outrage comes from the younger population who has entirely too much time to spend online and lacks perspective on, what's important in life, right?
No, yeah, absolutely, dude. It's like if you put in like 50% of the effort you put into like your online quote unquote like personality and existence on Twitter and on YouTube and stuff, then maybe you'd be able to run that mile in 4 minutes. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like it's not to like discredit people's opinions and stuff, but generally like I feel like if you put that much effort into stuff online when like very obviously it's all just shit post and like it doesn't matter physically the world around you. I know the whole touch grass thing I think was last call. But it is true though, you know what I mean? Like
No,
we come
I do.
online to blow steam, you shoot shit, whatever. But you can definitely tell that some people are not old enough or haven't matured mentally to the point where it's like, why do I care about this again? Like why do I give a shit? When you could build a relationship with your parents that's even stronger, or have personal goals.
No,
to a
yeah,
degree.
and I think another unfortunate side product of that is you have a combination of people who are just young, who aren't, in tune with how to interact with people yet, and then you also have a lot of older people who, by older I mean like they're in their 20s usually.
Not mentally maturing up, but still like involved online. Yeah.
No, yeah, who do spend a little bit too much time online.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Again, not judging people's lifestyles, but it's like, I can kind of tell how your Saturdays go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can tell how your Saturdays go for the most
can
part.
tell how your Saturdays go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
you're
it's
not
like,
wrong. You're not wrong.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it consists of DoorDash and them late night sessions on TF2 or whatever it may be.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
But,
that's what many of mine started. Not that I ordered. I don't waste money on fucking DoorDash. I cook my own meals. by the way,
Too
but
expensive, way too fucking
It's
expensive.
fucking ridiculous. God, like $18 for like a $5 Taco Bell meal. Fuck
People are
off.
fucking lazy, dude. On top of that, you got to tip the guy who drove
Oh,
your
I
warm
know,
taco like a
it's-
block.
And people like complain about not having any money these days, and they order DoorDash like 10 times a week. Oh,
Got my $7 Starbucks, driving my on lease 2023 Ultima, getting my DoorDash. What the fuck? I can't afford college.
yeah.
I can't afford rent. It's like, dude, just don't buy that designer pair of jeans. You know what I mean? Wear your fucking like shitty old high tops. You're down now,
Yeah.
but if you play it smart, you'll be up eventually. But people want to spend now, do things now.
No, yeah, exactly.
So you know what I mean? That's not long term thinking. So yeah, fuck that, dude. But that's all the relevant things I had to really say. I know I've been piping up a lot. Any thoughts before I take off? Because I don't want to take up people's time.
I'm trying to think of just a closing thought on the whole kind of approaching people you don't want to speak to type of deal. I do find it comical that, how do I put this delicately? Like more of my vocal critics complain that I do nothing but attack, and that they're always like, oh, we try to reach out and speak to him, but not a single one of them ever has. They never do. And it's like,
I think it's a quote.
I'm here. I'm here. I can talk with you right now or whenever. DM me, email me, but none of them ever do. They much prefer to take to Twitter or take to a piece of social media and then cry, or flat out lie or what have you, and just get clicks. So.
Well, what matters more is not being truthful. It's looking like a victim and getting sympathy.
Oh no,
and
it is.
It's not about being right. It's
100%.
about having sympathy. Yeah.
100% that garnering sympathy, regardless of whether or not you're being truthful, which is
Oh yeah,
very
and there's
frustrating.
plenty of examples of people who have gotten sympathy, and then like a week later, the truth comes out, and it flips on every platform, on every place in the internet. So it's
Yeah.
like, take the time to really digest things and do your own investigative journalism, folks, because the internet is at your fingertips. You can learn pretty much whatever you want right now. So there's no excuse for being ignorant about certain stuff you want to learn about. You know what I mean? Whether it's about someone you want to reach out to, or tutoring on chemistry, whatever it may be. It's there, bro. You can learn to play guitar. It's all
Amen
there.
to that.
So, anyways, I've been on here for a cool minute, so I'll talk to you soon, brother. And
All right.
let's see who we have coming up next. Can I get a couple more crickets in the chat, though, please, before I go?
I don't understand the crickets thing. Is
Are
it
you
just
fucking
because
serious?
chat is moving slow? Is that the point?
No, dude. Okay, so you said the critics have been quiet, and when it's quiet, a cricket chirps. So we're trying to get them crickets to
Oh, I see, I see.
Zesty, bro.
Sorry,
what's
I'm
going
not.
on here?
I'm not in tune with this kind of thing.
Dude, that's not even online joking. That's like a pun from like the 80s on.
No,
bro.
I
Like,
understand.
the
I understand.
cricket.
I know what
Come on,
what
bro.
crickets means. Like, you know, you're hearing crickets. There's nothing going on, but it didn't click with me in this instance. Okay, cut me some
I
slack.
get you.
Cut me some
I
slack.
get you. No, you're chilling, bro. No worries. All right, man. Peace out, brother. You know, like you said, DM's open, whatever. I've been doing my own shit, so anything comes up, I'll let you know. I think I let you know about that thing I was working on.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So you know, I've got stuff coming up right now. So if anything in the future comes up, I'll hit you up. So if you're interested in that.
I am still.
But,
sounds good, dude.
Yeah, good shit, brother. Have a nice afternoon.
Yeah, take
All
care,
right, man.
man.
I'll see you guys later. Thanks for the talk.
Peace out. Rubber mango, everybody. We have a spider run, everybody. Give me a moment. I have to, like, let my brain decompress a little bit. The overstimulation of playing the game and trying to uphold a meaningful conversation is somewhat difficult, I must say. Especially if you're playing Scout. Why is the sentry there? How many N-bombs did I miss? You haven't missed, you've missed none. Thankfully, you've missed none. Is everybody doing alright? Everybody doing okay? I'm actually gonna kind of get warm in here. Get a little toasty. There we go. Seems like everyone on this server is hellbent on staying on Harvest. Don't hear the F-bomb. It can be an AMA, it can be a just, you know, shoot the shit kind of deal. It can be whatever you want it to be. That's what this is for. That's what this is all about. Oh yeah, there were some donations I missed. I will do that right now. Give me just a hot second. I mean, look at Hakita in Ultra Kill. He got shit talked by his friends for his unfun idea for a future game, and so out of spite and feedback made probably next year's Game of the Year. Also first and last donut. Well, thank you. No, yeah, I think, I don't know. It's, when it comes to approaching criticism, because, I mean, I'm also someone that receives quite a bit of it. You learn to ignore feedback that carries nothing useful for you. Right, but then again, what's useful for you? What's useful is something that you can take to heart and improve what you're working on. That's usually what useful criticism is, you know? It's like, this is bad, and then people give you reasons, then you can, you know, use those reasons to improve your work. But if someone just says, oh, this is bad, and then provides no reason, then that could be indicative of low quality, but if there's no reasoning behind it, then what use is it to you? Right? That type of deal. You know what I'm saying? How old is the average TF2 player? I suspect rather young, probably somewhere between the age of 16 and 20. I would say is where most people are in terms of the age bracket. Main reason being this game is free. And free games are played by people who have a lot of time on their hands. So. Oh my god, this guy already built a sentry. That, I mean, that isn't to say that younger people don't play this game. Like, I know that there are quite a few, what you'd call squeakers that play this game, for sure. A lot of kids play this game that shouldn't be doing it. Okay, so, let's see who I'll bring in next. This guy's name is just Ground.
Hey man, what's going on?
Not much. How about you, dude? Just
Dude,
chilling.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty good. So,
What's poppin'?
what I want to talk about here is there's one thing that you said a lot in your videos that I don't necessarily agree with.
Okay.
In terms of in terms of who's to blame with TF2's whole ordeal, and that is solely putting the blame on Valve, because with good conscience, I can't say that Valve is entirely responsible for how TF2 is nowadays. And I'm not talking about the bot situation. The bot situation
Expand.
ultimately is their problem, and it's their fuck up.
Yeah, expand on what you mean by the current situation, because it's a bit nuanced, but elaborate.
Yeah. So I think there's 3 factors that have made TF2 kind of turn to shit recently, and a lot of those factors are mainly sort of outside of Valve's primary influence on Team Fortress 2. And that is the community currently. That is the what am I thinking of? The current competitive outlook on the game, because of how, difficult it is to be higher skilled in the game ever since 2007 maybe, I'd argue.
I'm in line with that one, but continue.
Yeah. And I'd also argue that one of the biggest problems with TF2 right now is the problem with how TF2 is coded right now. Because
oh yeah, for sure.
TF2 has been around for, it's 2023, so that would mean that it's been what, like 17 years, right?
The game is
17 years?
The game turned 16 last week. So.
16, yeah, okay. I've been playing since, fucking 2011, ever since I was 6, right?
Amen, brother. Yeah.
And when I play Team Fortress 2 nowadays, I feel like the biggest issues are optimization,
100%,
are the
100%.
growing outlook on the competitive scene, or lack thereof it, and trying to mesh the competitive scene into a casual environment.
That ship
you can't
came
have.
and went, by the way, but you're not wrong. That ship's long since sailed.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. That is where a lot of the
but
game's problems
its
arose.
ramifications. Yeah, its ramifications still exist today.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
And I feel like a common misconception is the fact that meet your match is ultimately what caused that. I don't think it was anything that Valve inherently did. I think it was mainly a lot of the popular TF2 content creators at the time, who, especially Uncle Dane, tried to push that narrative.
So okay, so
And
you're
here's the thing about
I'll
Uncle
let you
Dane.
finish, then I want to chime in on that.
Yeah. Here's the thing about Uncle Dane. He's a very smart guy. He is a very intelligent guy, but a lot of his arguments I can always find fault in, because he's insanely biased towards his outlook, and he rarely, if at all, actually looks at differing viewpoints. Like even in the remove random crits video, and that video's like 6 years old at this point.
Yep.
Even back then, it's still a video that is still insanely flawed in its arguments that it tries to present. For example, the counter arguments that he proposes.
Oh no, yeah, they're very
some of the
some
worst.
Very straw manny, yeah.
Yeah, and my biggest problem with that video in general is how he kind of sounds. I don't know if he does this intentionally, but he does sound pretentious in some ways.
No, and funny
I
enough,
can't say
people get on my case for sounding like I know what I'm talking about, right? Or having, confidence in conveying your opinions. And there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah. I'd say when it comes to you, you're not pretentious, you're abrasive. And that's not inherently a bad thing. It just turns people off from your arguments. Because I'm
No,
like
true,
that,
yeah.
right? Yeah, whenever I argue with people, I'm very abrasive. I am very off-putting. I'm very centered towards my... I'm very centered towards, my ideals, what I believe in. But when it comes to getting in arguments with other people, it's hard for them to really look at my argument and say, do I really want to entertain this argument?
I think
Do
that's
really
most
wanna
people.
do
Like
something
most
that?
people have
And
their
I can
outlook
see
and
why a
viewpoint
lot of
on one thing, and then they have a hard
Yeah.
time kind of like even trying to attempt understanding something that might go against it, right? That's with most people. Most people
Yeah.
are kind of dead set in their way
Yeah.
of thinking and their opinions and what have you. So
Yeah. And then we get into the problem with TF2's optimization and coding, which
so before
I think
before
the
we
only
move-
thing
so,
that
hold
can
on. I want to stop you there. Before we move
go
on
ahead,
to
go
that,
ahead. Yeah.
so we'll get back to that because really when it comes to the optimization and the coding of the game, that's entirely on Valve. That's mechanical things that they just have to sit down and hammer out and improve on their time, right? But really where I think 90% of the game's current problems stem from comes from a quote-unquote competitive outlook on video gaming, which for TF2 started around 2014, 2015 when Valve started taking greater notice of it. And when they realized, oh shit, esports is going to be a huge moneymaker for us. Because at the time, that's when CSGO was getting really, really big. And they realized, oh shit, we could probably get multiple titles that do the same thing because they had CSGO, they had Dota. It's like, why can't we do that for TF2 as well? And so what they started doing is they started listening to this very tiny minority of the player base that engaged in their homebrew competitive format of the game. And they started reaching out to them asking, hey, we want to do something that, supports a competitive style of this game. What do you need? Right? And so they told them about their formatting, they told them about their restrictions and what have you, to which people like Robin Walker were like, oh no, we don't like, restricting content because it makes the meta stale, which it is, and what have you. But they started leaning into it, thinking it would be a brighter future for this game, and Valve's extreme, monumental fuck-up was thinking that 5% of the active player base was going to appeal to the other 95% of people who largely just played this game casually. When these 5% were playing a completely different version of this game with different pacing, with different balancing, with different rules, and assuming that that was going to be reflective of how most people want to engage with this game was fucking foolish. And then moving forward for 3 years, working on a competitive version of this game, which eventually just piggybacked off of MVM's matchmaking system, right? And ultimately it being half-baked and ultimately rushed because they wanted to compete with Overwatch in 2016 was the biggest nail in the fucking coffin.
And they really didn't have to.
No, they didn't need to do it.
Yeah.
They didn't need to do it, but because they saw big fat fucking dollar signs with where CSGO and Dota were going, they thought, why not TF2 as well? So they started incorporating stuff from CSGO into TF2, right? We got campaigns. We got the updated means of unboxing with the tiered crate system. We got buy-in incentives and rewards. We got contracts. But then what comes next? A matchmaking system, which is effectively a carbon copy of what operates inside of CSGO, a casual and competitive version. But what competitive version did they incorporate? They incorporated a third-party homebrew version that most people at the time didn't even fucking know about or understand. And so when they engaged with it, they didn't give a fuck. They didn't care about this. This was something completely different. It appealed to some people. I'm ranting now, I'm sorry. It appealed to some people. Some people liked it, but most people immediately went away from it. And most people just wanted the normal vanilla game, but then that got ripped out of TF2 as well because they injected this shitty matchmaking system that we're still subject to because they wanted to create fair and balanced games, which is what TF2 was not designed to do. It was designed to be a 12v12 free-for-all where people with any desired level of engagement can find something to do and have a good time coming in and out whenever they please. Not this rigid, structured, competitive format that Valve was trying to chase and make their next big moneymaker. And that will forever enrage me, and no one ever seems to want to acknowledge that competitive TF2 is not TF2. And appealing to that tiny minority of an audience is what ultimately fucked this game raw in some of the worst ways possible. Rant over, sorry.
Yeah, I absolutely 100% agree. Yeah. And the thing about it is, I think the only thing that could really salvage TF2's shitty coding and the future of its development is if it does get an upgrade to Source 2. That's the only thing. And it's very improbable. It's very improbable that will happen.
It's a
if it does, it still shows that Valve... Yeah. Because, I mean, CS2, that took, I think, ever since 2017. I think ever since 2017 or even before then, when they ported Dota 2 to Source 2.
Yeah.
What I really want to see with TF2 right now, personally, is I do want to see a lot of the community actually try to come together and accept that TF2 isn't a game where we should, be constantly trying to win. We shouldn't be constantly trying to, get all uppity over, who's using what weapon or whatever the fuck. I think the best way to play TF2 is to focus on the
Having fun.
gameplay only.
Focus
Yeah,
on
having fun, yeah.
That's what the game was made for, to be as fun to as many different to be as fun for as many different people as possible, on as many different machines as possible, with as many different styles of desired play as possible. That's what the game is for, and with a loose background objective that everyone can collectively come together and engage with.
Yeah. And one of the things that like I understand is there are still some inherent gameplay problems in TF2 because obviously Sniper is still fucking busted.
100%.
I still believe that Sniper is one of the worst designed mechanics in general in a game that I played against, and I played the shittiest games known to man. I've been on Roblox playing games since I was 3, and there is nothing worse than Sniper.
Oh no, I think I completely agree that Sniper's really fucked. So
yeah,
see,
my idea for a balanced
here's a very interesting counter argument that popped up in my chat just now. I disagree. TF2 is still developed as a sequel to Team Fortress Classic and Quake World, games with large competitive audiences. It came from the time of early esports arena FPS. Yes, but that's not how the game. That's not how the game was designed.
Yeah, no, that's not.
Yeah, those games garnered. Yeah, no, those games garnered very serious competitive audiences, but that's not what TF2 was built for. The original design philosophy of the game was again to be as appealing to as many people as possible, and people wanting to engage with it with certain levels of engagement that they so desire. It wasn't built to be a competitive arena shooter. It was built to be a fun, come in, come out, do as you please game. With a whole bunch of different options.
And the problem with arena shooters... The problem with arena shooters in general is arena shooters were not designed to be balanced. Back in the day of the 90s, there was little to zero balancing. And that was obviously because this is still a very new era for first-person shooters. Because you had Quake come out in... Doom, sorry. You had Doom come out in 1993, and then Wolfenstein came out in, I think, 1991 or 1992. This was still the first decade of first-person shooter gaming, and especially after Doom, that was the first few years of multiplayer FPS. So obviously, a lot of those shooters became competitive because they were completely primitively designed.
Yes.
And that's not to say that they were objectively bad games, but compared to now, with all these new shooters coming out, because I still fucking play Doom. I still have a full WAD folder.
You're touching on a very important thing here. The best competitive games are games that were not inherently made to be competitive. The best competitive games are inherently good games where a competitive format naturally falls out of them. If a game is made to be competitive, it's gonna get stale very, very quickly. So,
because see, here's the thing: I play CS:GO and now CS2, right? And I can't take the game competitively seriously at all because the fact that the gameplay itself is fun, it is well designed, it is perfect, it is the best competitive experience you can get, and I love it. But the problem is, it is designed to be a competitive experience, and that is the issue. And I'm not saying that competitive games do not have their place. I'm not saying that competitive games are inherently bad.
There's certainly a market. But if you enjoy those kinds of things, then by all means go for it, right? But you know, the problem when it comes to TF2 is you can't transform it into something it isn't. That's where the problems arise.
Yeah. And when it comes to the design of competitive shooters, it really goes to show how far down they've actually become in terms of where the bar is currently. Because even arena shooters, I would argue, are way better competitive games. And I don't fucking like Quake at all. I don't like Unreal. I don't like Halo, if that counts as arena shooter. It does have a lot of arena shooter elements.
Sure.
But I've never liked any of those games because it doesn't mesh with what I like, because I like well-designed experiences that flow very well.
And that falls into your tastes, right? I mean, more so. I mean, like, some games can be designed to be just objectively bad, but it ultimately comes down to like your preference for a style of game. So.
Yeah.
So hold on, someone in chat.
And
Someone
Ultimate.
said, hold on,
What's up?
I missed the message because my chat's going a mile a minute and I missed it completely. Where did it go? And it's gone. Didn't I say that competitive TF2 spawned?
Is this
from the-
something about
No. Someone said, didn't you say that competitive TF2 spawned from the community without being designed as competitive? Yeah, because the community had to force TF2 into a competitively viable format because the vanilla game did not facilitate it. They had to remove content.
because that's why you see all these.
There's
because if you see
video.
any competitive scene in TF2, if you see any competitive scene in TF2, there's going to be weapons that aren't there. There's going to be no cosmetics. There's going to be certain maps that are removed from the pool. There's going to be entire game modes that are removed from the pool.
Okay, so yeah, I mean
whether
that's
for
all.
good or for bad.
Listen, so to cut you off there for a moment, right? That all stems back to the removing content problem that Valve never wanted to do, that they didn't want to, impose upon for fear of, turning off people who played the game in a vanilla fashion, which is the one good thing that came out of Meet Your Match. They did not restrict content, thank God. But I encourage everyone to go back and look this up on YouTube. Look back to the first competitive TF2 matches that were streaming. They were playing on 2Fort. You see medics running around with syringe guns. There was no meta, right? It was a shit show. There was no structure, no cohesion. It was a fucking mess, just like the normal game is, right? You have the loose together collective of pushing towards the objective, but that's it, right? Competitive TF2 had to streamline and strip down the game in order to make it so that it was structured and easily repetitive, right? So that it could become an esport. The vanilla game could not facilitate it. That's the main thing.
Absolutely, yeah. And the thing is, too, is I love playing on the maps that were not designed at all to be taken seriously, like 2Fort and Hightower. I love playing on those maps because they are a very refreshing experience from playing the game now in current casual TF2 back to playing the game in quick play back in 2014.
Yeah.
That's when I really believe that the game was at its content peak. And just the gameplay just being perfect. Well, actually not perfect.
So I think for me, I'm very fond of the pre-2016 era of the game. Just pick any year before 2016, and I'm gonna remember it very fondly. That's for me.
And the thing is too, it's not like I'm not fond of the years that came after 2015 or 2016, because a lot of people hated Tough Break, right? And I completely understand. I loved it. A lot of people hated Robotic Boogaloo. I loved the introduce.
A lot of people hated updates.
Fucking yeah.
No, I think TF2's kind of decline is best described as a very slow but steady burn that heavily ramped up from 2015 to 2016. But there was a series of steps that Valve took that kind of really started making the game rot under its own weight. So yeah, 2013 was good.
That is a very good point. Yeah.
No, yeah, but but the biggest mistakes really came from the whole competitive thing.
Yeah. One of my favorite things to do in T-Force 2 even now, I don't play it as much as I used to because I haven't been able to enjoy the game for a solid 3 years now.
Yeah, you're speaking to a lot of people can relate, my friends, because it's been a bit of a drag lately.
One of my favorite things to do is I will find the best weapons that are the most shit. Because right now my scout loadout is Babyface's blaster with the pistol and the Sunna stick, and that may not be incredibly shit to you, but I am horrible when it comes to scout because I do not like double jumping. I hate double jumping. I do not like it. I have never been able to. You're gonna keep
picking things that keep the game fresh for you, right? That's the whole point. Is if you're experiencing a bit of the stale, things are getting stale, you're going to try out something different and new, right? That's the whole idea.
Yeah. And the Babyface's blaster is one of my favorite weapons in gaming, simply because of the fact that it changed my playstyle from playing a fucking annoying ass scout that was missing all of his shots at like basically point blank range
Yeah.
to someone who actually just enjoyed shooting people and could actually hit their shots reliably,
Sure.
even on a shitty PC that can barely run the game at this point.
And that like once
I
again like
love-
roots back to the game being made for so many people wanting to try out so many different things and engage with the game as much as they desire, right? That was the point. But hey, dude,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna cut you
'Cause
off. I'm gonna
think-
cut you off so I can bring the next person. Okay.
I will say one more thing.
Okay.
If I can.
By all means.
If you want to have the most fun in the game, do the opposite of the meta. Do the least effective tactic available. It is the most fun way to play any fucking game. I am being 100% with you. It is a fucking strategy that it will always set your heart afire.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're giving
It's beautiful.
you're giving yourself a challenge. So. Very true.
So yeah, I'll leave it to you, man. I fucking love you. I've watched your videos for 4 years now.
Wow.
You have done nothing but absolutely fuck up this community with how you are an amazing fucking articulate master of just like making people get fucking mad at you.
You are
just speaking the truth.
You are too
and
kind.
I love you, man.
You are too
Please keep doing what you do, man.
I shall.
I respect you and admire you. And if I ever decide to do my own channel, I'm going to do whatever I can to get to your level of quality. Thank you.
Hey
for
man,
having me on.
I'm glad
It
you.
was a pleasure talking to you.
Hey man, I appreciate that so much. It's very kind of you. Thank you. All right, cool.
I'll see you.
Take care, man. Again, I'm beyond flattered by people who hold me in such high regard. Thank you. It's very kind. Very interesting conversations there. I mean, when it comes to the whole competitive argument, I'm working on, like, there was a video that someone pushed out, kind of like, it was like, has anyone seen this yet? There's that video that someone put out recently called "The Day TF2 Almost Died." It's a very good, timeline description of the steps Valve took to kind of push TF2 towards the competitive matchmaking kind of thing, but it doesn't really hit home as to why it was such a fuck up. It goes over all the mechanical issues, right? Like the issues of matchmaking on day one and all those other problems, but it didn't hammer at the philosophy of why pushing TF2 towards a competitive format was the wrong thing to do, and why so many people were turned off by it. It's like no one ever wants to just say that competitive 6v6 or Highlander is not TF2. They're all derivative forms of the game that are not the vanilla game that 95% of people engage with. This isn't to say that other people may not be interested in trying, but for 16 years of the game's lifespan, it's never grown beyond 5%. And it's been advertised across various platforms. You have the biggest YouTubers talking about it. You have Valve making blog posts about it, in-game announcements. Every which way of it being advertised. With a Google search, you can immediately get involved at any time. But it still doesn't grow. And the reason for that is money. There's no money in competitive TF2. And if there's no money in an esport, it does not grow. Blizzard showed us that you can force an esport to happen. If you pump as much money as you can into it, it will become a thing. CSGO is still big, Dota is still big. You know why? Because there are millions of fucking dollars in prize money. You wanna know what the biggest prize pool in TF2 was at one year? I think $3,000 for the winning team. It's not even enough to cover airfare costs. That's $3,000 split between 6 guys. That's not enough to cover travel. Not enough to cover food. You wonder why it never grew. If Valve pumped as much, attention and money into it as they did for their other esports, then fuck yeah, it probably would have grown. But because TF2 wasn't set out the gate with having a competitive format outright, it never got anywhere. Despite it having a very passionate group of people behind it, it just could not grow because there was no money. And it was also a meta and a format of the game that most people didn't take interest in, because do you want to play Pyro? Sorry. You want to play Spy? Sorry. You want to play Sniper? Sorry. Heavy? No. What are you stuck with? Scout with Soldier, Scout, Demo, and Medic. You want to play Engineer? You're allowed to on last, right? You're allowed to in very specific scenarios. And they wonder why 6v6 never took off. Because you remove 80% of the game content that most people enjoy engaging with. And no, and right, the people who play competitive TF2 now obviously don't do it for the money. They do it because they like it, and that's fine. If you like those formats, by all means, enjoy it, play as you want, do whatever, right? But those are the reasons why competitive TF2 would have never taken off. Period. The only way it would have worked is if they made TF2 6v6 its own sphere. With, you know, roughly similar balancing to how the community made it. But then that would introduce another problem, because then you'd have a 6v6 as dictated by Valve, and then you'd have another 6v6 as dictated by the community. Which one do you think is going to take precedent? Obviously the one in the community, because that's where it came from originally. If TF2 shipped with a competitive version very early on in its lifespan, like CSGO did, we'd be experiencing a completely different game now. Completely different experience, right? But it didn't. TF2 never had an official competitive mode until 7 years. 8 years? 9? 9 years after it was released. And that's why it never grew. So. I'm working on putting a video of all this together because like no one seems to really get that, right? No one doesn't describe that ever in an articulate way. They just say, oh, it was entirely Valve's fuck up that this was and it was entirely Valve's fuck up, right? Because it was a mechanical shit show and if everything had just worked from out of the gate, it would have been fine. No! I'm ranting, I'm sorry. I get very passionate about the things that killed my favorite game, so. You bring the next guy in here. What time is it in the USA? It is 3:50 in the afternoon. Let's bring another random guy in here that I haven't seen before. Actually, Skulvin. Hey, dude.
Hello.
You draw very nice art. Thank you.
That is very nice of you. Thank you.
You draw very nice things. I thank you so much for the fan art. It's very nice of you.
Thank you. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I was just I had an idea of a conversation we could have. So,
Sure.
I have watched a couple of reactions to your videos of other YouTubers, and I see that sometimes you comment on them. So you react a lot to other people's reaction.
Which one?
Or is that?
Do you remember?
Let me check. There's this one guy, Zesty, Jesus reaction. This guy called The Duck Goes Moo.
Yeah. He watched a couple of my videos before. I remember that guy.
Okay, but is it something you do usually to react to other people's reactions to your videos, or is it just that guy?
No, I think he came across my radar because someone DM'd me his videos. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I've never had someone like react to my content before. It's like, what's this all about? And so I watched his reaction. I'm like, oh, that's cute. So I commented on his videos, and he seemed to like them. So it was just nice.
Okay. Recently I watched this video of someone reacting to one of your videos called, who's a Counter-Strike player, called One Pixel. Do you know him?
Oh yes. Yeah, it was my my rarest item. Yeah, video.
Yeah. So. That got me thinking because I've never played Counter-Strike before. Or when I did it, I would play surf servers. So I never got into the economy of Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And I sort of got jealous of it because it seems pretty cool. I wanted to know what your take was on like if there could be like stickers or something like that to enhance rarity in TF2 items, or you think that's just going too far?
I don't know. Okay, so stickers specifically may not be the best thing, but there's definitely ways to expand rarity for TF2 items. They attempted that with skins, you know, and there's a lot of like rare patterns of what they have with a bunch of skins that, in my opinion, they do work, but the problem is that hats are already so well established that nothing else can really kind of work their way in. And that's why skins never really took off in any serious capacity, and why Valve just kind of abandoned them for the Warpaint system, and now they just accept whatever garbage from the workshop, right? But for hats, I think, I mean, they tried various things, right? Like, they have, like, the basic level of unusuals, and then they have, you know, very rare stranges or limited time crates, right? It's mostly kind of like the, like, FOMO, fear of missing out, like, things that are only available for a certain period of time. That's where they generate most of the artificial rarity and what have you. Especially with unusual effects these days. But I don't know. I'm not sure what else they could do to enhance options, I guess, for cosmetics, you know?
Yeah,
But
because
I think it would have to be hat related if it was going to be successful, or just like general cosmetic related if it was going to be successful.
yeah, because one of the things that really attracts me of the Counter-Strike way of making skins is that there's this one skin specifically that has multiple different variants, and in TF2 there's a little bit of that with different patterns, but they don't seem to matter as much, and the different qualities of the item. But having like a skin looking completely different because of a certain pattern. I think there's one skin that has that in TF2, the one with the feathers.
Yeah,
that can be like a blue gem. Yeah. And having different stickers with different signatures, and the stickers can be scratched and all that stuff. It seems to be like very personalized, and if that were to be made for cosmetics, I don't think that could be done. Like a very personalized, like this is my cosmetic specifically, that other cosmetics don't look like that. And I mean, I think that'd be cool, but maybe it's going too far.
It might be, because I think if you... I think that would be going too far, because the level of customization with TF2 is already so vast that there are... I mean, you have loadouts, right? You have infinite numbers of combinations of cosmetics that can be uniquely yours, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a specific item like CSGO, where the only thing you have are, you know, the weapons on your screen, right? TF2 is a lot more, you can mix and match, right? But...
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it would be going too far. I think just mixing and matching generally applicable cosmetics is a better format for TF2. And it works too, right? Because if you have too many things with too high a degree of specificity, then it just eventually adds more noise, and then it kind of loses what makes them special to begin with. And unusual effects are kind of going through this right now, where I have a video I'm working on about this as well, where back in the day you had unusual effects and you had a very limited pool of them, right? But this limited pool of unusual effects that everyone knew about, like everyone knew what sunbeams was, everyone knew what burning flames was, or purple energy, or mass flies, or what have you. And they all had some level of notoriety, or some level of, you know, like a rung on the social ladder, right? And they could be available on a wide range of hats. And so everyone could have like their own unique unusual with their favorite hat or their favorite effect, because the number of combinations was limitless. But the pool was still small enough where, like, oh, they knew the effect and therefore it was kind of special. But now, there are so many unusual effects being added so often that they're just another hat, right? And they're not really special anymore. They're not retained to memory. You see any new unusual effect in the game right now, no one knows what the fuck it is. They've got no idea what it is, right? And it may be special to the individual, but for everyone else in the game, they're looking at it and have no fucking idea what they're looking at. And to me, that's not a good thing, because if you're going to put something in the game, you want it to be recognizable by as many people as possible, because not only would that incentivize more monetary engagement with your game, which is, well, it should be a good thing for the longevity of the title, but, you know, it would mean, like, it's more special. It's silly. It's basic as that sounds, right? It's not as special anymore when you have so many things.
Okay, yeah, sure. Thank you. That's all. I didn't want to take up too much of your time.
I was a bit rambly. I'm sorry. The coherent thoughts are in a script to my right on my laptop, but that was a very abridged and shitty version of the script I'm working on.
Well, it was good. Good talking to you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you stopping by. I mean, and you raise a lot of interesting questions that Valve also undoubtedly went through when it came to like figuring out what they were going to put in the game to, you know, get money. But I don't know. Perhaps there is more room for expansion in the future, or whatever. Who knows?
Right. See ya, I guess. Thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, man. Take care. And again, I really appreciate the art. You're very good at what you do. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Peace out, man. Very nice guy. I love all the unusual effects. They're the best IMO. That isn't to say that some newer ones also aren't. That isn't to say some newer effects aren't good, but some are like. Okay. Name a single unusual effect we just got for Halloween. Without looking it up. If you don't know it, it's because you don't own one. Right? Most of you don't know what they are. But all of you know what Burning Flames looks like. All of you know what Sunbeams looks like. All of you know what, Cloudy Moon looks like. But, okay, name one unusual effect we got over the summer. Name one unusual effect we got last winter. Name one unusual effect we got the summer before that, or the updates before that. You can't name a single one. Because there's too many. Oh shit. Well, I'm dead. So. And this isn't to say that, like, everyone's not gonna remember the unusual effects, but most people don't retain them to memory anymore because they're not special. There's just too many. They're just another hat. So. Yeah, perhaps you're right. Summer 2023 is a bit of an exception because there were some really good unusual effects there. Not the taunt effects. Name one of the taunt effects we got for summer. I don't remember any of them because they're shit. Oh, fuck me, not again. I know whoever I hit, I'm gonna crit. I'm gonna die anyway. So, grass, the spy crab one, just, you don't remember them. All right, let's bring someone else in here. We're getting some very interesting conversations today. This is some good oh, and I missed some donations. Sorry. In a world where TF3 has been announced, would you prefer a sequel using the same characters and style, or a whole new cast of characters in the game style? As much as I would like a new game, it would die immediately because it's not using the already established and successful existing IP. So I think the better option would be for the Valve to just reuse everything and to just port the game into Source 2 for like a TF3. That would be the best thing. If it was just a new game, no one would play it. Period. Another guy, another 5 pounds. I agree TF2 has gone downhill, but a lot of it's people being burnt out on the game. It's okay to take a break and play something else for a while. No, yeah, and I do agree. Like, if you're getting tired of the game, take a break and do something else, but TF2 has gone downhill because it's just not being handled properly anymore. Like, even the quality of, like, the content that Valve doesn't even make isn't good. You get broken updates. The game's full of fucking bots and cheaters. It's like, if you even want to play the game, good luck playing on any of the new content they just gave us. Because of fucking bots and cheaters, right? It's like, there's a myriad of reasons why someone can get burnt out on this game, and it's not just because they play it too much, right? So. I mean, Muselk is back because anyone can leave and come back a bit. I mean, sure, but did he really come back because he likes the game? I don't know. I feel like he came back because it's popular again. Not to say that he's not enjoying his time with it, but I think he returned again because there's a little bit more money in it again. So he's making second channel videos. It kind of boosts his relevancy, right? It's re-tapping into an old market that he knows is going to be lucrative again for him. And he is historically the guy that chases the money. You know, he went over to Overwatch, he went over to Fortnite, he follows what's going to make him successful, and that's totally fine, man. You make it your business, you make it your career, you do what's going to make it successful for you, and I do nothing but applaud that. Good on you. But is the main reason because he loves the game? I'm going to say no. But is it one of the reasons? Sure. Will Shibby 2142 come rocket jumping back into the scene? That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Oh, don't detonate on me. Ow. Alright, I'll bring the next guy in. Sorry, this is the point of this stream. Alright, who is next? Who shall... I'm trying to bring in other people who I've never spoken to before. Bring another, and apparently, hold on, I'll check trade offers first, then I'll see what's going on. I'll bring the next person in. People giving me stuff. Oh yeah, casual.tf is back, but don't think I want to make a video about it because of what was going on behind the scenes with it, and I don't think I want to be involved with it, so yeah. Alright, who shall I bring in? This guy's name is just abbreviated to L, and I just see a Luigi profile picture. Who is this person?
Oh, hi.
What's happening?
Hey, I actually made it in. Wow. Um,
What's going on, man?
so right out of the bat, love your videos. Been
Thank you.
watching you for a lot of time now, 4 years I think.
Yeah,
And
cool.
okay, I came here because I've seen recently that people have been trying to say that the only thing that could fix TF2 is like a Source 2 port. But when I hear like, oh, the only thing you can fix is using the Source 2 port, I think like you have to give up a lot of the, well, a lot of the quote-unquote new stuff that has been added in the game. Like for example, you have probably the this is the first thing that pops up to my head, but for example the zombie infection maps.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to give up those because of course Valve is not gonna like try to fix those things, and also a lot of cosmetics. A lot of cosmetics could interfere with the game, so people would lose that.
I don't think they would lose on cosmetics. I suspect that porting all the cosmetics over wouldn't be a problem. But you're right, VScript would suffer because it's a tool exclusively for Source, and they would have to figure out a way to port all that content over. It's not impossible, they could do it, it would just be a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
But it is a valid concern, you are correct on that.
Yeah. And also another thing I wanted to say was like the fear I've recently have gotten with the new game modes. Like you have said in a lot of streams, this new like idea that every update we need a new game mode is just gonna kill the game.
Yeah,
The
that's my
mix
fear.
the mixed overtime is already dead.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't have to kill it more.
No, I agree, and I really don't want the game to become Gary's mod. That's my
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah, and oh my god, please, I don't want anybody to make fucking Fortnite for TF2 with the 100 servers now. The 100 player servers.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, it's inevitably gonna happen,
See what
and I don't want to.
No, I don't think it'll. I mean, someone's probably already figured out a way to do it in like a community server. I don't think they would. I hope they would never add something like that to the vanilla game. But given what they keep adding, I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. My main fear is that they're just gonna keep adding just really like. The problem is that Valve keeps treating everything like a hat. They treat maps like hats, they treat unusual effects like hats, and now they're starting to treat game modes and maps like hats, where they're treating them as like a new purchasable product you can engage with, rather than like this thing that's meant to be a permanent mainstay that you keep coming back to over and over again. And now they're kind of treating it as like this temporary thing that you only engage with for a bit and then go back to the normal stuff, and they shouldn't be doing that. And that's what they're going to be doing with new game modes too. And any new game mode they add is just going to die immediately, because what are they going to do? They're going to relegate it to special game modes, and no one's going to care because they're just going to keep going back to the normal game. Right?
Yeah.
So, I hope they don't do that, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, I also wanna talk to you about so I wanted to start making TF2 cosmetics,
Sure.
just like a side thing, just for fun.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking like lore items, like items, for example, imagine a ear necklace for the soldier.
Okay.
Yeah, for example, that would
Sure.
that fit the game? I've always
No,
been
yeah,
like,
I think things that are lore specific to the character are completely fine. I think those are okay, so long as they're, you know, tastefully done. You know, like the original raccoon cosmetic that was, you know, the Lieutenant Bites or whatever that's biting onto his side
Yeah.
satchel. That's okay, but don't do like a raccoon hat and like raccoon shoes and raccoon shirts and shit. Like just like a little tasteful thing, like a necklace of earrings. Yeah, that's fine, but
yeah.
there's certainly room for more lore, quote unquote, based stuff in the future.
Yeah, I've asked this because I'm not really into the. I don't really know what cosmetics fit the game. I have a slight idea, but I'm gonna be honest. I started playing right after Blue Moon, like 2018, 2019.
Yeah,
I'm one of the new players,
yeah.
but man, I've seen the old updates and they seemed fun.
It does make me sad that most people playing the game right now didn't experience the older updates because you guys missed out. They're pretty fucking great. That's all I gotta say. No, and I mean, in terms of, oh no, man. I mean, in terms of determining what's fitting for the game, just try to think of things that are tonally appropriate, right? Like, would it make sense for a mercenary to be wearing this? Or would it make sense if this specific class is wearing it, right? Like, just like very basic questions can get you a very long way in parsing what is and is not okay, right? And also just looking at, like, existing cosmetics we have in game, it's like you look at, like, a giant towering pillar of presence. Does that look okay? Does that look like it fits? Probably not. But then you look at, like, a fedora for the spy. Okay, yeah, that's probably okay. So you can look at extreme cases of what is and is not good, and then just kind of feel it out from there, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't have anything more to talk about because I went to YouTube, I went in the fucking Discord, and now I was invited immediately.
There you go.
So I wasn't. Yeah. Thanks for that.
No, yeah, man, that's the whole point of these. It's just to, have people stop in, say hello, say what's on their mind, what have you. So, thank you. And I'm glad. I'm also glad you enjoy my videos, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
It's because the analysis is just perfect. Like, I still can't believe that you played like what 100 games with fucking minigun and Tommy Flav just to determine which one was better.
I have to go back and refresh my memory on how many I did, but
yeah, the amount of research you do is impressive, and
the
editing. I know people say that your editing is good, but like to this day, I still can figure out which team was that Bushman sniper. I still don't know which team was it.
That's the point. I mean,
yeah.
that was the idea, and that's just showing a screenshot of the game, and that's it. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well.
All right, man. Cool. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
No, yeah, man. Take care. Have a good day, and I'm gonna let you go.
Bye.
See you, man.
Bye. See ya.
Nice guy. Tomislav is meta slave trash. All Tomislav users should not be considered heavy mains. I don't know, man. To me, it's like... I mean, I ran my numbers. I prefer using the minigun because generally it just performs better. Outside of very specific scenarios where it's a heavy v heavy, will it suffer? But, that's it. What is this? He just stopped moving? The Brass Beast is fun, but you really have to play conservatively and have people walk into you, Otherwise, it's just gonna not be good for you if you try to play even as aggressively as you normally would with a normal minigun. Come on. Give me that juicy 225. Favorite weapon in MVM? I don't know. Probably 3rd degree, because you can kill all of the Uber medics in one swing. It's very satisfying, and it's so jank that it lags the game. Oh, I love the Dragon's Fury, dude. So much. I'll bring the next guy in. Hold on, I'm enjoying the game for a moment. TF2 in general is great to talk about, but what about classic SFM animators when SFM is brand new? Oh god. It would probably be a nightmare having to, like, first tread through that and feel it out, and to, like, get immersed in it and learn how it works in order to make shit. That would have been a challenge, because I've looked at Source Filmmaker before. There's a reason why I don't do my own SFM shit, because I just don't have the time to learn it. And I dedicate my time towards my usual editing and learning new stuff in the softwares that I am somewhat familiar with, Instead of spending, like a year only managing to grasp the basic elements of Source Filmmaker. I don't think I could do that to myself. Dragon's Furry is a war pig. I don't get it. Zombie mode is terrible and unbalanced. I mean, that's what happens when you incorporate a game mode that was made in 6 months into a game that took 9 years to develop upon initial release, and then assuming everything is going to be okay, without extensive playtesting, mind you, and only ensuring that it was going to be functional, what did people expect? Of course it was going to be an unbalanced mess, and of course it's going to remain an unbalanced mess because it's going to take a lot of playtime in order to figure out what is and is not okay, and then fixing those things. So... And unfortunately, because Scream Fortress ends in, what, 3 weeks? It's gonna disappear and never be touched again. So... Kinda sucks. So, in terms of calls, let me bring in the next person. Who is... I'm just looking for, like, an interesting name. And since all the names are abbreviated, I want to find, like, an interesting profile picture. Pardon me as I die. Please... see here. Let's go with... Iron Maiden Enjoyer. It's a good name.
Hey, what's up?
What's poppin', man? How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good to hear it.
Tired. Tired, though.
Tired?
Yes.
Rough day at work? What's going on?
That's cool.
School? Oh, it's rough, man. You in college?
No, high school.
High school? I don't miss it. I don't miss it, dude. I don't miss it. I'm glad I'm done with that shit.
So, let's see here. I completely just forgot what everyone was talking about. So, hold on, I got notes.
Whip them out, man. Whip them out. Lay it on me.
Yeah, I did have an opinion on your latest video.
Okay.
Which was the team recognition video. I thought, I liked the video. I think my opinion, I have a little bit of a counter argument. I think most cosmetics that violate team recognition isn't really that big of a deal because there isn't really a lot of, for some reason, there's just not a lot of players just doing it, and it's like kind of like a small minority. I still and of course I still agree with the video. It just, I don't know. The only thing I can really say for Valve to do is just remove them, because there's literally no point of them staying in the game.
No, I do agree. And you're not wrong. It is a very tiny minority of players that would ever abuse this kind of thing. But to me, it shouldn't be happening at all, right? Just because it's rare doesn't mean that it's okay, right?
Right. That's why I'm saying, it still should be removed for obvious reasons.
Oh,
and
you reminded me of something. Hold on. You guys want to see something depressing? You want to see something depressing? Hold on. So
I can't see the stream because I don't have this. It's a pain.
Let me go here. This is an email sent to Eric Smith, the guy who made the water waders. He said, "Hey, would you like us to change the paint regions about this? There's quite a few complaints it's causing a team recognition problem." Then Eric said, "I understand their concerns, but at this point, it's better just to leave it as is. It's already been a couple of years since it was released. Any changes are likely to upset some of the people who've already painted the item and like it the way it is."
So you mean to tell me
that the only guy working on CF2 right now basically just gave the "we don't give a shit" response?
So it is true that Valve just straight up does not care.
Not really. I mean, if it's making them money, then who cares?
Well, of course it makes them money. I mean, it's pretty much why Valve, like ever since Half-Life was released, they became a AAA company, and TF2 just make a lot of money just off of cosmetics and everything.
Yeah, it's a little depressing because to me it's like they could just change the paint region. They're not removing the item. It would just be like a small tweak. And
there's literally a mod that does that.
No, yeah, of course there's a mod that fixes it too, right? But you shouldn't have to go out of your way to mod out an inherent problem with the game, right?
I know.
That to me that's just really, really stupid.
They could actually just fix the paint region or just straight up remove it. That's literally just their two only options.
Yeah. When was that email? Last week. It was sent last week. So yeah, kind of sucks.
Let's see here.
I got three. I understand their stance on it. They don't want to change a product after the fact of purchase, even though it's within their full power to do so. They can do whatever the fuck they want. but they won't drastically change the visuals of something unless they're legally obligated to. And since they're not, in the case of the water waders, they're not gonna change shit. So
Yeah, I mean, it's Valve. Like, since it's a company that just does whatever the hell they want, it's just, just don't care, just care about the games that you're working on right now, and just care less about the other ones.
Valve working on games? You're funny.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, like CS2 is.
That's not
I
a
mean,
new game.
CS2
They're just porting. They just ported CS:GO over to Source 2.
Well, yeah, true.
And I mean, they made the UI better. They made the skins look nicer. But
That's true. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I completely forgot that Valve does not make games anymore.
Shane. It's all right.
Speaking of CS2, do you have any thoughts on the game or any other games that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I mean, I've expressed my thoughts about CS2 a couple times on stream before, but it irks me that they didn't finish it before they released it. They released it with less content than it had in the original CS:GO. Missing game modes, missing maps, bugs, and other issues. It's like they should have just taken the time to finish it, but then they pushed it out and then just turned off CS:GO. It's like, great, okay, cool. I guess we're stuck with this now, and all the content that people already enjoyed just isn't there anymore. It's a pretty big fuck up. And I'm not gonna engage with CS2 until they put that back, because I don't want to give them my time nor my money for a product that they didn't finish. So,
I mean, it's at the same time though, don't you really get that with like most games? Because most of the time I find that most like critics find a game buggy when it's like just released. I mean, even TF2 was like that.
no, sure, but at the same time, that doesn't make it okay, right? It's not like they're game-breaking bugs or what have you. Like, there's bugs. They're not like seriously, like, it's not like a major negative impact, but it doesn't mean they should happen, you know?
Right. I mean, they're just gonna be there. I mean, of course, I think Valve is gonna fix them afterwards. Obviously, right?
They're gonna fix the more pressing issues right away, but in terms of like putting content back, God, I hope they do that. I really hope so.
Yeah, I know.
But who knows?
You know, as of right now, I actually do like CS2. I mean, it's still. I mean, it feels just like the exact same game. Just there actually is kind of a little bit of different mechanics throughout the game, though. Because I have heard I hear a lot of people just say, I mean, technically it is the same game, but like smokes are just way different now. Like they function like actual smoke in real life, mostly in real life. And I found that's really cool. Some of the patterns are very different too.
No, yeah, I mean there are some inherent gameplay changes, and I think that's a good thing, and it's something new and perhaps
definitely
better
is.
in the long run. So I mean, like, I'm okay with that. I think.
Oh
it's
yeah,
fine.
definitely. And and sometimes it just catches people off, and I'm like, why wouldn't you like this? I mean, I like it, and I've been playing the game for like a couple months now. It's fun.
Yeah, I think minor changes like that are totally fine, because in the long run, they're things that most people will get used to, and it's not like a major change that would like seriously disrupt how gameplay normally flows. So, I think it's okay.
Yeah, I do. I think definitely like small gameplay changes are good, because it just
it does keep things fresh, right?
Right. That's what I was trying to think of a word like. Why couldn't I think of fresh?
Yeah, keeps things fresh, keeps things engaging. It's like a new toy to play with without completely gutting the game into something different. So,
yeah,
it's okay.
But yeah, whatever game. Actually, I just CS2 is probably the only game I just got back into, because I haven't played video games in like 2 months.
Oh.
Because I'm gonna get that in a little. I have a question for that too, specifically.
Sure.
Afterwards. What do you have a favorite TF2 hat?
My favorite TF2 hat is the hat with no name, the cowboy hat.
Yeah, that's a solid. My favorite hat, favorite hats is like literally the first 9 that was released in 2009.
Oh, they're classics, dude. Yeah, they're good.
Like the literal classics, like what was it? Soldier stash, the football helmet, like. I think they're like
the batter's helmet for Scout, which just makes sense. Yeah.
It literally makes sense, and I know like the hats now that we get now are like all like literal garbage, like the literal ones we
Yeah.
got right now. Like I compare it to those, and it's like, what happened? You know? But
Sorry, I was focusing on a very sweaty
yeah.
sniper.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're still playing TF2. Yeah, you're good.
No, yeah,
Anyways.
a lot of the more recent hats have just been fucking just not. I don't know. It's also we're all kind of at the stage where we're facing oversaturation, where it's like, oh boy, more hats, great. When we already have, like, when everyone already kind of has enough to fit their tastes, and so when they just throw more onto the pile, it's like, it's not really as exciting as it used to be. It's like, great, we have what, 2,000 cosmetics in this game at this stage, and so like, well, fuck
Probably,
it,
yeah.
what's 50 more?
It's absurd.
Yeah, what's 50 more
Yeah.
gonna do? And then you're not gonna retain any of those to memory. You're gonna retain all the older ones to memory because that's back when they were more limited and special. So,
Yeah. Anyways, this is gonna be an important question to me. The 2 months of why I stopped playing video games is because
yeah,
right now I'm pretty much overweight. Well, I'm not bad as I used to be. I used to be 200 pounds,
yeah.
and
Well, 200 pounds is not tall.
5'3".
Okay, yeah, that's overweight.
I'm
Not gonna
yeah.
not gonna sugarcoat it.
I'm
Not gonna
I'm a
sugarcoat
very
it.
short. I'm a very short person, so.
Hey man, no shame
The
in that.
question. Oh yeah, yeah. So I've heard that you've been on a weight loss journey before too, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you have any tips or for dieting or working out?
Stop drinking calories. Cut soda, cut fruit juices, cut anything that's a liquid calorie. If you just swap that for water or coffee or tea or what have you, you're gonna drop 20 pounds immediately without doing
Oh, yeah.
anything else. That's the first thing you need to do is cut the sugar because that's where
Like,
most extra
just
calories come from.
Quit. Just pretty much just quit drinking bad stuff.
Yeah, like do you drink soda?
I used to, but not. I a long time, quite a bit.
So do you do energy drinks? Do you do fruit juices? What do you do?
Water,
Just water now?
pretty much.
Pretty much just water?
I
Okay,
used
so
to drink coffee. I used to drink coffee a bit too, and you know it's not bad either. I like water the best.
yeah, oh, that's fair. Okay, so you're already on the right path there because you're not drinking extra calories. But so I mean the next step would be to cut sugar, man. Cut sugar and cut heavily processed
yeah.
foods. Like I don't know how much you snack, but I don't know what you snack on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention next. I really do not have a lot of options for food. Like I have fruits, but the problem with that is I don't have any protein in those.
Oh, yeah, you gotta do protein, man. You gotta swap
I know,
out,
I know.
get protein in there.
You know, I'm trying to get a lot more meats, like chicken,
Yeah.
and like steak.
Yeah, protein's good. Like swap in lean meats and swap out, you know, a lot of excess carbs and sugar, and that's gonna do you a lot better in the long. Or just really just cut out processed food in general, right? You can keep the
That's
same
what-
type. You can keep the same types of calories, but if you cut out processed food, that's also gonna help you a lot.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. You know, it's funny too. Sometimes on people's like weight loss journey, sometimes they just drink diet pop instead. I'm like,
No,
why?
No. That's even worse.
I
for
know. Because like, what was it called? Aspartame, whatever it's called.
You. Yeah, the artificial sweeteners are just they are a poison to your body.
They literally, it's like that one. It's just worse than the like actual soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, it's okay. So focus on the healthier foods. Do you exercise at all?
Yeah, I walk every day. I hike every day.
That's good. That's good, man. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. And I mean, when it comes to losing weight, it's just about incorporating a calorie deficit. You know, eat fewer calories each day. You know, you don't even need to like change your diet much. If you're just looking for weight loss,
Oh, yeah.
just eat fewer
Some
calories.
people-
You can eat the same stuff, right, and then worry about being healthy
Right.
later. But just cut calories. Just like, fewer snacks, lower quantities of the foods you normally eat, and you'll lose weight.
Oh yeah. But I'm more focused on like the actual healthier foods.
Yeah.
Not like I don't know, something like McDonald's or something which I don't eat every day. I'm gonna say that out of the gate.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I mean that's the right way to do it. But also remember, don't try to change too many things at once, because that's a quick way to get yourself burnt out. Do little changes, establish a new little routine, and then move on to the next thing, and then bring in the next thing you want to change, and then get that established, and then move on to the next thing. If you change too many things at once, it'll put you at risk for just saying fuck it and then dropping it all. So
Yeah, there has definitely been times like that, which I'm happy that, you know, I actually have lost a little bit of good chunk of weight.
that's good,
I've
man.
lost 30 pounds in like a couple months.
Dude, that's great. Keep going. That's actually really healthy amounts of weight loss. It's like
I know.
15 pounds a month. That's fantastic. Keep going.
I lost I don't know how many months it's been. Probably 2 or 3. I've lost 30 pounds. And now I weigh roughly 100, which is it's still not the greatest, but it's definitely I feel
dude, don't put yourself down. That's really good. Keep going. That's
No,
fantastic.
I'm not. I'm just heck, I'm even relieved. Like, dude, I feel a lot better.
Oh yeah, you as soon as you start dropping weight, man, you start feeling so much better because you have more energy, you're sleeping better, you have just less aches and pains in your body. Yeah.
Well, I'm still tired because, you know, school.
Well,
but
yeah.
Yeah, dude, I've been like pretty obese for like 10 years, like straight, and it's like, man, who enjoys this?
Dude, hey man, it's so funny because I was in the exact same boat as you. All the way from my middle school through high school, I was seriously overweight. I was a fat fuck. I didn't watch what I ate. I didn't exercise. And then as soon as I just, you know, did basic shit, weight fell off, you know? And it seems like you're starting to do that, so just keep going.
Well, it wasn't like, yeah, actually no, it was pretty much the same way. I just didn't really care what I ate. I just eat it and then, you know, just carry on with my day.
Yeah.
In reality, I shouldn't eat burgers.
No, okay, so don't dog a good fresh burger. That's protein, that's fat, that's cheese. If it's all good fresh ingredients,
oh yeah,
it's still perfectly fine for you.
Just not every day. That's what I was gonna say.
Just not every day, and not like fast food shit. Don't do fast food shit. That's a quick way to. It's a quick path.
It's pretty much why I want to stay away from like restaurants and start trying to cook for myself.
Oh, absolutely. It's also cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to cook for yourself.
Oh, really?
Oh, oh my god, yeah. If you're doing takeout every day, you can, like, for one takeout meal, you can probably cook 3 meals. Easy. That are healthier and just as tasty. 100%.
Yeah, and not only that, but you just get to eat anything you want. Like extremely specifically. Unlike,
yeah. You can, you make exactly what you want.
I was at a local, like, steakhouse, and I ordered a medium rare ribeye steak.
Yeah.
Came out of, you know, and it came out well done.
Oh.
And I'm like, really? All right, whatever. I know. So then my cousin works there, and she notices. I'm like, oh, let me give you another one. I'm like, okay. And came out again. You know, I forgot to say the first one I got was horribly what was it? Battered? Yeah, battered. Like it literally had no grill marks. It was gray and oh man, it did not look very pleasing.
Yeah.
But then the second one came out. You know, the outside looked a lot better. It was still well done.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
I know. I was like,
at that point, it's like it's time to leave. It's like you can't cook a steak
I was
right.
like, that's it. Like it's over.
It's over.
It is so over. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna cook my food at home. There's like,
oh yeah, and I mean you learn how to cook and, you know, take care of yourself at a young age. It's gonna set you up for, you know, taking care of yourself for the rest of your life, because a lot of younger people, you know, in your age bracket don't know or aren't taught how to cook or to, you know, just do basic house shit and taking care of yourself. So it's actually comforting to hear someone in your age bracket like going out of your way and
oh yeah, and there's that. Yeah, that's pretty much a simple way to put that is, I really don't care what I eat, and I'm just gonna be fat. I don't really care about dieting, and that's a case for a lot of people these days now.
Yeah,
it makes me sad.
No, yeah, it makes me sad too, because like they often don't realize like just how bad they feel until they become cognizant and aware of like, oh shit, like I'm out of breath going up a flight of stairs, or You know.
Oh yeah, that was definitely me before my. Well, I mean, I still can't run, but before I would try to run, I can't even walk like 10 seconds. Like
Oh
I
yeah,
would
you're gassed.
run out of breath at like 10 seconds. I'm like, man, I need to do something about that.
Yeah.
It's
No, yeah,
it's a
man.
little
That's the
better
wake-up
now.
call.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I
cool,
like
man.
how
Sorry,
I
go
like
on.
how it just. I was just gonna say, talking to this conversation while I was listening to Led Zeppelin.
Oh, hey, man, it's perfect. It's fucking
Very,
great.
very fitting.
Indeed, sir. Hey, I'm gonna let you go. It was great talking to you. Hey, man, and
Thank
listen,
you for
listen.
putting me on.
No, yeah, listen, man. Keep up the good work. Keep going. It sounds like you got a good pathway moving forward for getting yourself healthier. Keep it up, man. You're losing the weight, and you just keep going. You're gonna feel great before long.
Oh man, I'm gonna feel so much better.
You're gonna feel great, man. Take care of yourself.
All right, thank you, Zesty.
Peace out, man. Nice kid. He's doing everything right. Keep it going. Keep it going, man. Makes me happy. It makes me glad because like he said, a lot of people get into a rut and don't realize just like how shitty they feel, and like and then when they realize like, oh fuck, like I can't walk up a flight of stairs, or I get winded lifting a few boxes out of the back of the car. It's like fuck, I feel like shit, and then like you look at yourself in the mirror and go, oh fuck, I'm fat. That's what happened to me when I was younger, because I didn't really give a shit. Like, for me, I kind of was like, I was always the big guy, and then one day I'm like, oh god, I look really bad. I wasn't exercising, I ate like shit, I ate a bunch of extra candy and sweets and drank soda, I felt like ass. And the main thing that did it for me is, because I'm so tall, when I was overweight, I would constantly get pinched nerves in my back, because if I slept funny, or even if I stood up weird, all the extra weight compressing my spine would oftentimes get me a pinched nerve in my lower back, and they were fucking debilitating. They would cripple me for like a week, where like I couldn't stand up. It would be like just excruciating pain, just getting up and walking. Like it's like that kind of shooting pain that like takes the breath out of you, right? It was horrible. And then like when that happened to me, and I'm like one time that was really bad, I'm like, all right, that's it. I gotta start making some changes. So. Yeah, that was it for me. No, yeah, I was at my heaviest. I weighed 310 pounds at 6'7", and right now I weigh 200. So I'm 110 pounds lighter than I was when I was in high school. The only unfortunate downside to that is I have a lot of extra skin on my stomach, and the only way that's gonna go away is with plastic surgery. So, kind of sucks, but it's just a byproduct of it. Keep the funny skin flap? No, I don't want to keep this thing, dude. It's horrible. I hate it. I don't look very good with it on. Do I have a picture of myself from that time? I probably do. Hold on, I probably do. I'm not gonna show you my fucking Facebook, but I'll pull up my Facebook and pull up a picture from there and put it on my desktop so I can like show you guys what I'm talking about. Cause I was a biggin. I was a biggin back then. I have to peruse old photos of me. Hold on. Is there a photo of me just by myself so I don't show anyone else's face? Oh god, I'm finding my fucking prom photos. Oh, you guys want to see my fucking high school prom photo? Hold on, I have to do a quick edit to edit out the girl I'm standing with, but hold on. Let me blot her out so no one can see her. Hang on. I have to do a double fill here. Let me just. All right, is she appropriately plastered out? Yeah, there we go. So, so stupid. Okay, so here's my fucking prom photo, and this is me when I was 17, and this was me at 310. I was 310 pounds in this photo. So, very very different now. Like that's like the reaction people get. It's like, is that you? Yeah, this is me when I was 17. So, I would always wear very drapey clothes. I'd always wear very drapey clothes so as to like hide how I looked because I was so self-conscious about myself at one point. 'Cause I hated how I looked. So, yeah, I hated my hair. I fucking hated my hair, man. My hair looked terrible. Yeah, I had a coconut head. I had a jolly look about me. I was arguably a lot happier when I was in high school. Like, now I'm an adult, I feel like a fucking, you know, grumpy old man. Hold on, I probably have like another photo that I have to have. I think there's one of me shirtless somewhere. I probably shouldn't show that on stream. That'd be weird. Nah, it was, you know, that was probably good enough. We'll stop with the photos. I feel like that's good enough. I'm not gonna show my. I don't wanna tread into that territory. I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, you can see me shirtless in my demo night video, and if you go watch that demo night video that I made, you know, swords and shields, you'll see my skin flap kind of jiggling around. There's again not much I can do about that until I get it cut off with surgery. So nice. I don't know, I'm kind of getting tired. I'm getting a little tired. I know this stream was short, but I'm feeling kind of gassed. I don't know if I want to bring anyone else in here. Tell you what, I'm gonna cut the stream here, but I'm gonna hang out with some people inside this Discord. So if you guys still want to hang out for a bit, then come on in. We can chit chat for a little while longer. But I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna call the stream here. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. You're all great. Thank you for all the donations today. Workshop review stream is on Friday. All right? Workshop review stream for October is on Friday. All right? And I want everyone to show up. I want everyone to be on your best behavior. And I have a special request. All right? Special request for 2 p.m. on Friday. All right? 2 p.m. U.S. Central Time. Bring your best. Bring your best. Find the best hats. Find the best maps, find the best unusual effects, find the best skins, find the best that you can. And we're gonna go through them on stream, we'll give the usual feedback and what have you, but I want to start compiling the best shit we can find so I can put it together into a video for, like this is what we want in the Christmas update, okay? That's what we want. We want the best stuff that we can put into an update and make it into a video and go, this is what we want for Smithmas, okay? That's what we want. That's what we need. Okay? Can y'all do that for me? If you do, I'd greatly appreciate it. And someone said check trades. I will check trades. Yes, I shall. Someone just screaming at me saying, Zesty is a furry with a noisemaker. Yeah. Thank you for the noisemaker, I guess. Put your conscientious objector on demo and make me proud. If you insist. Thank you for the taunt. Hold on, we'll do this. We'll do this bit of tomfoolery before we go. I do like this taunt, by the way. So thank you for it. Where are my taunts anyway? I don't forget where I put them all. I don't remember where I put my taunts. Here they are. So Roar of War. It's just a really, this is just a really good taunt. This still feels like a TF2 taunt, so hell yeah, dude. And then you said put the objector on there. Unfortunately, I have decals turned off, so you don't get to see what's on the objector. But you get the idea. You get the idea of what would be going on. So all right, that's enough. I'll see y'all later. Take care.